What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. I'm so excited for this matchup today. We have Purple Luffy versus Green Black Perona. Perona has a special place in my heart. It's maybe the most played deck I've ever played. I played it all throughout OP06, a lot of OP07 and 8. Was playing it recently until this new set came out, OP09. And then I kind of switched it up from there. Because I was afraid of Blackbeard. I'm sure there's different builds. I'm playing my friend, I'm gooning Mugiwara today. He's got a very interesting build, one that I've been wanting to dabble in. It's more of like all thriller bark pirates. He showed me the build before, only showed me because he was excited about it. Little did we know we would end up playing in the second round. But I'm really excited about this matchup because one, I love this leader Perona, even though it might not be the most meta. And two, I really am intrigued by his build. So we have on the dice roll. We're going first. So we're going to start off with a Law Sorcerer, search top 4, and we're going to see a Luffy Taro immediately, so that's awesome. Perona's effect is once per turn, it can rest a 4 cost, or it can minus 1 cost to anything. So pretty much any blocker, most blockers are 4 costs. There's obviously exceptions, but a lot of blockers are 4 or lower. You could just rest them. Maybe blockers are rest. Here's where we get into the intriguing parts of the build. He's got Stage. He's got Thriller Bark, which once per turn he can tap 1, and he can summon a Thriller Bark pirate card rested from the trash. So yeah, he's gonna also play a Sindri. This is just to mill 5. That's basically its entire. It's a 2K, but it just fills the trash. This is a deck that's gonna want to play from the trash. This helps fill up the trash. We're gonna start up with our plan of swinging 5 into life, and then we're gonna ramp. And we'll play the Zorojuro. He gives us a 1K Cerberus blocker. It's a baby blocker that he can bring back with Stage if he wanted to. So we have to make sure we kill it if he does bring it back, because it's going to come back rested. Lucky thing we have the Law Searcher on board. We could easily deal with that for the time being, but who knows? We have another Luffy Taro here off of the Zorojuro search. So we're kind of set to play Luffy Taros back to back. What I'm worried about here is he's on 4 Dawn. There's a card called Ryuma. He could easily rest my Zorojuro and pop my Zorojuro, but it's a great sign that he uses leader ability to rest the Law. He swings the Sindri into the Law. We'll let that go. He still has all 4 Dawn. We still have our Zorojuro on board, and there's really nothing he can do about it. He plays Perona. There's SR, which if we have 5 or more cards in hand, which we do, he can either minus something, I believe minus 3, or we could have to pitch a card. He forgot a leader swing in there, so I let him have that. But I told him, like, oh, I already looked at this card. So, but anyways, that's what that little delay there was. Here we swing 6 into life. The plan here is we're going to ramp to 7, Luffy Taro Songoro. We swing 5 into life. He's going to give us a 1K. And then we're going to leader effect and then ramp and play Luffy Taro Songoro, return 1 Dawn. We also got a Songoro off life, so we could do the exact same play again if we wanted to. Another thing that's great is the fact that we played a 7-8. They're kind of above the Perona range. You'd have to play something and then use leader effect to rest it. So for example, you'd have to like play an Ice Age to rest the Luffy Taro, or you'd have to play like a Suru to rest the Songor, or something along those lines. He had to do something plus to do leader effect. He plays a Perona again and makes us pitch a card, so we pitch another one. And now he should have 2 Standing Dawn. We don't have a ton of counter in hand. We have a 2K and I think a 1K, maybe 2 1Ks. He's going to tap 1 to use Stage. He's thinking things through. He has 2 Standing Dawn. But yeah, he's going to tap 1 to use Stage, rest 1 and tap rest Stage and tap 1 to play in Nupe. Nupe allows him to draw 2 trash too, so just a way to cycle his hand, but also set up his trash. So he's going to trash Stage because he doesn't need it again. And trash 1 more. And so now he has one more standing Dawn. He has 2 swings, one with the Perona character and one with the leader. So he swings 5 into life. We give him a 1K. And now he swings 6 into life. We give him a 2K. Now we draw an Uso Hachi. We go up to 8 Dawn. The idea here is I'm not too worried about his board, and I don't want to put Peronas in the trash in case he brings them back. So let's just swing 6, draw a card. Now we're gonna the idea here is we're going to swing our board out, and then we're gonna Luffy Taro again. My thought process is I'm gonna continue to bully him, and I'm gonna Luffy Taro Songoro again because that's just such a strong play. That was the idea when I set out with this turn. But first, we're going to swing the board out just in case there's any weird triggers. We're going to swing 7 into life. We're thinking of, I guess we're thinking of the order of operations if we want to swing our leader first. We're going to have 1 extra Dawn to play with. We start out with, we decided to swing 6 into life. He takes. We swing another 6 into life. Well, I guess we're thinking about whether to swing 6 into life, whether to keep 1 standing or something along those lines. But we're going to swing 6 into life. And he takes. And now we're going to swing 8 into life. And he takes. So now he's at 0 life. I decide to change my mind. And I Luffy Taro into Onami. I'm not going to get the effect of Nami. It's probably a worse play just because I was thinking, let me just establish a blocker. Like, at this point, we're so far ahead. Let's just put a blocker out there. But he could easily just have rested that blocker. Like, that was kind of maybe not a good play because his leader effect could rest any 4 cost. Nami's 4 cost, so he could essentially, he could rest that and swing the Sindri into it, and it'd kind of just be a waste. So we still probably should have Songlord. But again, we're really far ahead. At this point, he just gets to 8 Dawn. His ideal play would probably be a Gecko Moria. But he needs to remove board and establish blockers, all those things. And we're just so far ahead that he's not going to be able to do that. Because maybe if he was a couple turns or ahead, for example, he's on his 8 Dawn, he just got to 8 Dawn. Maybe if he had already established some other things on board, like a couple of blockers or something. But at this point, he's in a very rough spot because we were going to have 5 swings if you include our leader, and we need to hit him 1 time, and he needs to find a way to just intercept all those swings with the blockers or killing them. And again, we don't have a ton of cards in hand. I think we have 2. We do have the blocker, which he could rest. What he decides to do is leader effect to -1 to the Songoro. It's now a 4 cost, and it's rested. And he's going to play maybe my favorite card in all of the game. It's up there. Just because I love Perona so much. He's going to end up playing Ryuma the King. Ryuma is a Thriller Bark Land of Wano card that on play KOs a rested 4 cost. It's the bread and butter of Perona. Just because it pairs so well with leader effect. It pops a rested 4 cost. Leader ability rest a 4 cost. You can pair it with Gecko Moria and bring it back from the grave. You come up with some crazy plays. It's really the best card in the deck. It's one of my favorite cards. It has a really cool alt art and EBO1 that of course I have 4 of. But yeah, here comes the Ryuma. It pops the Songoro. He has 4 standing Dawn. He could play another one, for example, and pop our Zorojuro. But again, he's used leader effect now. So now that Nami blocker actually is going to be able to, we're going to get some use out of it. He's not going to be able to rest it unless he plays something like an Izo or something along those lines. Now he swings 6 into the Zorojuro. We give him a 1K. And he swings another 6 into the Zorojuro. And we give him the last 2K. He still has lead swing and we have a blocker. We're out of cards in hand though. He has 2 standing Dawn. There's not a lot of plays he can do. He can't kill anything on our board because we would just block. So he just concedes at this point. So kind of like not the best showcase of this new Perona build, because we high rolled really high. We were able to get exactly what we wanted to get out, which is Luffy Taro back-to-back turns is very strong. Unfortunate for him, I think he probably was a little bricked and didn't have a lot of counter hand because he took a couple of those 6Ks, and maybe if he's at 1K or 1 life or 2 life on that last turn, he's able to get a Gecko play off and establish a big body. We didn't have too big of, I guess we had the Luffy Taros, that's not too far off from Gecko, it's 8 to 9. But yeah, we just got so far ahead that we were able to just lean on him, and yeah. But again, shouts out to my friend, shouts out to Perona. I love Perona. I love the deck. I love seeing innovation with it. I would love to try out this build at some point. Yeah, because it features a lot of just Thriller Bark. I like that Perona is kind of getting her own identity, because like it seems like before it was like Navy Doflamingo family package, and then it turned into like Land of Wano. So yeah, glad that it's kind of like there's innovation out there with just running a lot of Thriller Bark pirates. I hope we can continue to get some cool support in that aspect. But yeah, able to pick up the dub. Strong showing for Purple Luffy. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. I think playing the Onami blocker was a mistake. Should have just played the Song Loro, but it ended up working out. But other than that, yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything else. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.